Hello everyone and welcome to the Art of War Go again. Today I'm here with Liam Spronken and we're going to play some games.
Yeah.
So the idea for this series is that we are seeing some gameplay videos uploaded on Flesh and Blood. We're not really seeing many how to play videos. So
Especially competitively minded ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea is that we're going to go through the game and play it as if we were playtesting against each other. So that might mean we might show our hands and talk through different lines of play, just to try and show what we're going through, what our thought processes are, and how we're trying to win each game. So today we're doing Bravo vs Chane, which is an interesting matchup. Would you like to start with your sideboarding choices?
Yeah, so, first of all, my equipment, I'm playing Skullcap, Ironweave, Snapdragons, and Grasp. Boarding out Nullrune Gloves, Carrion Husk, Evenfold, and Crown. And this is the interesting one, is taking out the Carrion Husk. A lot of people are worried about those crush effects on Bravo. But for the most part, the early game where they're actually able to keep the 3 cards or so to hit you with the crush,
Yeah.
they aren't particularly relevant.
Yep.
And instead you're trying to force that damage through late game where the 2 resource from either Ironweave helps a lot more.
Can be quite relevant, yeah.
Yeah, so you need... So this gives you a little push you need late game to actually kill your opponent before you deck. Whereas this helps your early game, which is not the part of the matchup that is particularly relevant.
Yep.
Also, pinging you for 1 once you use it can sometimes hurt. Like, you can just die to a random dominate off the top late game if you miss.
Yeah.
So the other sideboard cards are 1 Chains of Eminence out, leaving 2 in to name the important cards, because quite often they get revealed off cards like Blessing of Deliverance.
Mm-hmm.
So you can name a Forge for War or a... What's the +2 armor card? Or +2 defense on 6 spells.
Staunch. Stonewall Confidence.
Stonewall Confidence, that's the one. Yeah, so you can name either of those cards, or you can name Staunch Response if you think there's one in Arsenal, which is a reasonably common play. Or you can, even if you have to do late game, you can even name a piece of equipment that hasn't blocked yet.
Yeah. This is kind of something that we're testing a bit more.
Yeah, yeah. And we're taking out 2 Time Snap Potions because it's not the most valuable effect in the deck. I could see it sometimes being good to give you a pseudo go again late game that's sitting on the table.
Yep.
But
It
we'll
doesn't
see how that goes.
Really... Yeah, I don't think you'd need it. I think it just slows you down a bit.
Yeah. And then the 3 Consuming Volitions come out because it's not the most relevant on hit. Well, it's very relevant on hit effect, but it's virtually never going to go through if your opponent's playing well. Like, they're either blocking the Nullrune or they're able to block this as well.
Yeah.
Especially with defense reactions matching versus the 4, it's quite hard to just play a vanilla 4.
On my side of the table, we're playing the all the defending equipment. So we got Tectonic Plating, Crater Fist, and Arcanite Skullcap for a total of 9 defense. And then we're playing Nullrune Boots to counter Arcane. And then for sideboard cards, this Bravo deck is a bit light on sideboard cards because I haven't decided which ones I want all of yet. But for this matchup, we're just citing all the cards that don't block very well, aside from pummels, which we're leaving in because they can be relevant. And the other sideboard is Ironrot Legs and all the Nullrune equipment. Right. So what's our game plan going into this game?
So the game plan for me is I want to use the early game to set up my red pitches on the bottom, especially the Rift Binds.
Yep.
Because the way I get through your health barrier, especially with 10 extra life, is by double or triple Rift Bind late game.
Yep.
With a bunch of seeds.
Cool.
Otherwise you can get blocked out of the game in your deck.
So the way Bravo tends to play this matchup is that I cannot compete with the aggression, and then I'm forced to start blocking out. So the game changes to me trying to deck you out as you banish all your cards. So this matchup we think is Chane favoured, but you have to play it correctly, which is why we're making this video.
You can't just play your reds when you see them.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'll run out of gas late game.
And then you lose.
Because the couple of games we played where I won this this particular matchup, I had to kill you from about 26 life in my last 2 turns of vanishing.
Yeah.
And that's quite a large life barrier if you don't have those red Rift Binds.
Yeah.
Or even yellows and blues to get the extra damage late game.
Yeah. So on Len's side, he's going to be focused on setting up and also being aggressive. And on my side, I'm going to try and get relevant crush effects and play my defensive cards out.
And so who wants to go first?
I think the Bravo player wants to go first.
I think you both want to go first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every single time.
Chane normally wants to go first, but especially if you're in danger of being hit by a spinal, which can slow down your development quite a lot.
Yep.
You really don't want that to happen turn 1.
Be awkward if I forgot my dice.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get
Alright,
started.
good luck then.
You too. 8,
Not doing odds and evens.
9.
Alright.
Alright,
I will start,
you're starting?
like we said.
Cool.
So I think just as an example of the sort of hand you're looking for in this deck, this hand doesn't really do anything, but it's got two
Yep.
of your most powerful cards individually.
Yep.
So you've got the Plunder Run and the Art of War.
Yep.
And so the decision is which card do I want to end up arsenaling at the end of this turn. And I think in this situation, I might want to hold this in hand for turn 2
Yep.
and arsenal the Plunder Run and just try and have an explosive turn 2.
So that you can take tempo from the game and
Yep.
stop me playing my efficient defensive cards.
But there's another good argument to just arsenaling this one and attacking with one of these and
Yep.
pitching these two. But yeah, I think Plunder Run is a very important effect for pushing damage for me.
Yep.
So I'm going to try and end with that in arsenal.
Cool.
Which means my turn's going to be very straightforward. I'm going to start with...
Oh, guys. Wrong names on there.
It's all good. We'll just solve them. Yep.
So I'm going to start with a Soul Shackle, going to 1. Going to Nebula Blade you for 1, pitching
Alright.
one of those Bounding Demigons.
I'm just going to block this because we don't want him to have easy access to arcane damage on his next turn.
Absolutely. And I'm going to make a Rune Chant
Cool.
and Arsenal card.
Cool. So what we saw was a fairly typical chain for his turn. It's very weak, but it's trying to set up with the rune chant or double rune chants if they're lucky.
And another common thing to do is make the Rune Chant before attacking,
Yep.
which, especially on turn 1, is not a relevant thing to be doing. Your opponent just pitches a card to it. So if you attack with the Nebula Blade and then make it afterwards, sure, it sometimes costs 1 more if this hits,
Yep.
but it really shouldn't be hitting.
Yep.
And this is more relevant on your second turn when you can actually attack with it.
Yep. I'm lucky. I drew one of the best hands I could.
I did not.
So I drew 3 blues and a Crippling Crush on my first turn. So I was pretty happy blocking one of them away and setting up the Dominate Crippling Crush.
So now if you get that Art of War, which is
Seismic Surge.
one of my best cards, I have the decision between trying to keep it in hand or blocking with another card, increasing the odds of discarding the Art of War but saving some damage.
Yep. So
And
so this is one of my best cards here because it slows down the turn 2 and buys me more time.
I think my hand's pretty bad in general, so I'm going to have to take 11 here, I believe.
Okay.
But it turns on my Skull Cap, which is not the worst thing. Getting to use that early is pretty good.
Yep.
So we'll just take 11. Your fifth
Cool.
life counts.
So you can't block the crush effect with your armor. So
I don't think I'd want to here anyway.
yep. We'll just go for these then too.
Sure. So I'm discarding the 2 best cards in my hand.
Unfortunate.
Tome and Gorgonian.
Cool.
And Art of War, yep.
That's me, and now you my turn. So we'll see what your turn 2 brings.
So my turn 2, I'm going to flip a top card
I
and
did the
miss.
math wrong. I don't have enough for that.
Oh. yeah, if you get one, yeah. Well, this is spectacularly bad. So let's just tick up Soul Shackles and Nebula Blade for 1 and 1.
Okay, so here he doesn't have enough pitch to come in with one of the gotchas for taking Null Rune. So I believe that I'm really safe to take it. So I'll just take 1 from the Null Rune,
Yep.
and then I will block
And
your
that's a
Nebula
very
Blade.
good sign for me, that block. If he keeps 4 cards here, I'm probably in trouble.
Yeah, because then I'd be coming through with another
It'll be
aggressive
either a
crush effect.
crippling or a spinal, and
Yep.
then it really hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the Bravo player can stack crush effects, that's kind of their out in this matchup.
Yeah.
So on my turn, I'm just going to pitch and play Blessing of Deliverance, which is one of the best
better cards in the matchup, yeah.
Yeah, so-
And this is why you keep in the Chains of Eminence, we think.
Yep.
Is because you do get a lot of knowledge about what your opponent's drawing.
Yeah. And then we're going to pitch again, make a Seismic,
Yep.
and then just come in for 6.
And this hand's quite strong, so I'm just going to block with my Skull Cat while it can block 2.
Yep.
So I'm going to take 4 from this one.
Cool. Now I'm going to move to Arsenal. So this is a very typical Bravo turn.
Yep. So while it looks like I'm taking a lot of damage here, I know that very soon I'm going to start stripping
You're going to
probably
be in
3 to
control
4
of the
cards
game.
out of every one of Daniel's hands. So I'm going to be fairly safe on the life total front.
Yep.
So here we're going to flip 2. That's a very good hit.
Yeah, it is.
So this turn is very, very strong. We're going to start with Plunder on
Cool.
from Arsenal, so +1.
Yeah, and then Soul Shackles.
Soul Shackles, Soul Reaping, banishing 2 cards, making 2 resource, coming in
Okay.
for 7.
That is a powerful hand.
This is a very powerful hand, yeah.
So I'm not going to be able to block out this Plunder Run. It's just going to be too much damage long term. So my plan here is to try and find another advantage someplace. So I think I'm going to take the 7. I'm going to take the 7.
Sure, I'll draw off my Plunder on.
Yep.
Pretty immediately punished for how I played, I think. But that's not the worst thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll just go Seeds of Agony.
Yep.
That one's kind of close. So whether I should play that Seeds or keep it. I think we'll just come in with the Unhallowed Rites.
Putting
And
that
we'll
on
put
the
the
bottom?
seeds on the bottom.
Yep.
So we'll ping you for 1.
I will take the 1 because I don't think I have cards to stop the ones that you get advantage from.
I also have no
Um,
go again on this attack.
That is true.
Yep.
So I'm just going to defend you for 4. Not sinking.
Sounds reasonable. Oh, Arsenal card.
Sweet.
And I will take 2 blood debt.
Cool. So on my turn I trigger Blessing.
Yep.
So I want to try and gain at least 2 life really.
Yep.
And I do gain 3 because I'm lucky. So we know that these cards are on the top of my deck. So I'm seeing this and I'm thinking if things go well I can play towards this Disable.
Yep.
And they were
Disable's
in that order.
Pretty good effect.
Yeah. Blessing goes to the bin. I'm going to pitch 6 to dominate and come in with a Spinal Crush.
That's very, very scary.
So this is the hand that I was playing. This is the card that I was playing towards.
So we've got 1, 2, 4, and a 3 block makes it 7 if I've done my math right.
Yep.
So 7 and it's coming in for 9.
Yep.
So I don't actually need to block with this Iron Weave at the moment. Because taking 3 is still not a crush effect.
Yep. So you're blocking 6.
Yes.
Cool. So you take 3 and my crush effect does not go off.
Yep.
So it's one of the reasons why it's actually quite good for Chane to take damage in the early game. Is that it does turn your skull cap on.
Yeah.
I'll just draw up.
1, 2, 3. So 2 hits.
Yeah, so Liam is aware of the disable that I have.
Yeah.
So he's going to look to try and probably put pressure on me.
Seems quite awkward, unfortunately. So we'll start with the Plunder Run.
Yep. So that's just from hand, isn't it?
Arsenal.
Arsenal? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Seeds of Agony. So I'm going to pitch away this Shadow Burster.
Okay.
Gets stronger the later the game gets.
Yeah, so you're pitching away for later.
Yeah. So we'll go to 4 Shackles.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come in with the Unhallowed Rites.
Yep.
And we'll put the seeds on the bottom again. So we'll ping you for 1 and come in for 5.
Okay. So it's a bit of an annoying breakpoint here. So it's a bit difficult to defend. But again, if Liam wants to get this card draw, I don't think we can really stop him. So here we are just going to Just block for 3 and take 2.
Take 2, and I will draw a card of my Plunderer. Hmm. I think they might change what I'm doing. That draw.
Okay.
So still in the damage resolution step. So actually, I don't care about blanking the Chane here.
All right.
Alright, so we'll just play a Art of War.
Okay.
Banish and draw 2.
Okay.
And sorry, +1/+1.
Sorry, yeah.
So breaking the chain.
Yep.
So we got 1 resource.
So,
This hand's still not particularly good.
what made you decide to play the Art of War straight away instead of like arsenaling it or?
I have another very powerful Arsenal card that I'm wanting to put in that slot.
Okay.
And if I draw another go again effect like a Shadow Puppetry or a Shadow Versa here, I can put a lot of pressure on.
Yep.
Which didn't happen. I drew not enough resources to do anything relevant.
It's unfortunate.
But I think we'll just make a rune chant.
Yep.
And we'll come in with the Riftbind for 5
Yep.
and 1 arcane.
1. Okay. Here I'm just going to take.
And so just thinking
5.
about what I'm pitching here. So the bottom of our deck is currently 2 red seeds, a Shadow Versa, a Bounding Demigod, and a Hell from Beyond.
Yeah.
Which is setting up for a very strong late game.
That turn is going to be very powerful if you banish those cards. So I'm just going to take the damage here.
I'm going to Arsenal a card.
Yeah. So the reason
And
I'm taking
take 1.
a bit of damage is because I want to play. My opponent's fairly low, so he's going to have to start thinking about his life total, and I've got a card that can attack his arsenal. So I want to play to that and try and stay in the game as long as I can before I have to block 4 cards. So I'm going to pitch 5 and just attack you with a yellow disabled for 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I can block. Oh. Five.
5, just taking 3. Cool.
I'm keeping my Arsenal card, which is very relevant.
Cool.
So I'll banish 4.
Alright, so there's the first Riftbind.
Yep. I'm not sure I'm going to have the time to leave that one there, but
Yeah, the deck
we'll
is
find
still,
out real quick.
still pretty thick. The game is early.
I'm going to start with a Plunder run from Arsenal.
Yep.
Get a 5.
Yep.
Bounding Demigod for 7.
I am actually going to try and stop this one.
Yep.
So I'm going to defend 7. I'm going to opt 1.
Yep.
And we'll leave it there.
Sure. Going to come in with a Meet and Greet for 4.
Cool. I haven't taken any Norrin this turn.
No, but I do have an Invert, which you
True.
can't block out.
I cannot block that out. So if he wants to give this go again, it will have go again. So I'm going to do my best. I'm just going to defend 4.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put this card on the bottom to draw.
I think I'm reasonably priced into just playing this Invert.
Yep.
So we're going to take 2 cards from him.
Yep. So
Yard.
there will be a blessing in there.
Yeah, Blessing, and doesn't actually matter which attack I take, because you're
Yep.
not running Remembrance.
Yep, so the reason Invert here is good is because it deals 2
So it's
arcane
dealing 2
damage,
currently.
and I only have the means to prevent 1 arcane damage from an instance.
Well, you're lower, you can prevent it, but
It's not an option to me at the moment.
Not currently.
So I'm just going to take 2 here.
So this gets go again.
Yep.
And then I'm going to come in for 4.
Cool. So the reason I drew off my Sink Below was because I knew that I had a Fate Scene on the top,
Yeah.
which I saw with my previous one.
Sure.
Cool.
So that blocks everything out.
Yep.
We'll go next turn.
Cool. I only have one card in hand, and I'm just going to arsenal it.
Yeah, so that was what I was looking for, was a turn where I can get some
Everything.
pressure off me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not risk being just crushed
Crushed.
again.
Yeah.
Because now I'm lacking the armor.
Now the crushes are actually quite scary, right? I can actually try and play towards them
Yeah.
to win the game. So here we have a somewhat more mediocre banish.
Hmm. I think we're going to start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with the seeds is always strong because you're threatening those strong on hits, like the meet and greet.
Yep.
Gonna tick up. And we're gonna come in with our most relevant card, which is 4. That's a good break point.
4? Yep. Just gonna take... I'll just defend it for 3 and take 1 and 1.
Yep, and just call my bluff on the Noru.
Yep.
Yep. We're just gonna E-strike, draw a card here.
Okay. This is quite hard, because we know he's going to play lots more stuff afterwards, but it's also a lot of damage to let throw. So... And if I defend it here, I'm defending with a lot of my cards, so... This is kind of the point where I have to decide where I'm defending with everything or not. So... I think I'm just going to take 5 here and check what you have.
I'm gonna razor it.
Okay. It already has go again, so it's just plus
No,
3
it
there.
doesn't. It's just draw a card.
Oh, it's draw a card?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you can change your bluff if you want.
No, it still says the same.
Because I'm signaling razor super hard by saying 3 cards in hand.
Yeah,
Draw a card. It's not Snapdragons. You need Snapdragons to push damage late.
yeah. If it is, yeah, draw a card, I should probably block 3, but that is okay. We'll just take the extra 3.
Yep. And now I think I'm going to just come in with the Nebula Blade for 4.
Cool. Here I'm just going to block 4 like so.
And that's very scary. So I'm going to arsenal a card.
Yep.
And take 1.
Unfortunately, it's not incredibly scary. I wish it was.
I'll just show what I bottom with the E-strike was a red Riftbind.
Yeah.
So that's one of the more important cards to get on the bottom.
Yeah,
for your big
because that's
late
what
game
you're
turn.
setting up towards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially off E-strike, if you can hide it.
Yeah.
So it's very nice.
Yeah. So I think I probably made a mistake last turn because I prioritized the red blessing too heavily.
Right, and you should just block away.
Probably.
This makes it awkward to block away.
that was the
The
issue,
E-strike,
right?
I guess, is a good one to block with that. Because you can actually not waste your extra block if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But then E-strike blocking it also leads to razor. You have to throw 3 cards in front and do nothing.
Yeah.
It's a hard decision, that one.
So here we're just going to make a seismic surge, pitch 3, and attack for 6. So I'm going to try and threaten some damage,
Yeah.
and see if I can set something up for the end of the game.
I feel like my hand's quite strong here, so I'm going to take the 6.
Cool.
It does put me in range of a crush, but he's on 15. I'm threatening a lot of damage off 6 shackles here.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a point where Daniel's going to keep enough cards, especially with 2 armor used, to really threaten me hard.
Yep.
So we'll flip our 6 and see what happens. 4, 5, 6. So there's the other Riftbind, which is kind of unfortunate. I would like to have the option to pitch that away.
Yeah. So by putting you low, I've mitigated your ability to set up, just leave banish cards there for a really long time.
Yeah. I think this turn is pushing a lot of damage though, so we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start on a Shadow Versa, banishing a Seeds of Agony.
Yep. I am just going to take 2.
Technical support green coming with the
then.
assist.
Yeah. I was a shapeshifter all along, not Chane.
So here here I have a Shadow Puppetry.
So this is
And
one of
I'm
the most
really
powerful
wanting
cards.
to hit the on hit here to effectively draw a card. So I think we're going to just Just play a hand out.
Alright, so this is a big one.
This is a big rift bind. And it's got go again already, so I don't need shackles. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. I would like it to be 10 there, but can't have it all.
Yep, for 9. That's a lot of damage. And ideally we don't want the shadow puppetries on hit to trigger.
Yep.
But I don't think I've got the armor to get there with the card I want to block with. No, we can make it to 8. So it means I have to block with 2 cards if I want to stop this. And I don't really want to do that, because I think I give up my hope of the game.
Taking the Anathos last turn also turned off your Skull Cap, which is that 1 extra point of block he needs here?
Oh, no, it's not. It's 2 block.
Oh, you need 2 block. I thought you said you
yeah.
need to 8, but
Sorry. Yeah, no, sorry. I thought it was on for some reason.
yeah. Not used to being lower than
usually
Chane.
it's on at this
Yeah.
point in the game. So I think we just...
You've had a bit more of an aggressive draw than we normally see.
Yeah. There's a lot of damage to take though as well. So how
Mm.
much more can we expect to see? Because I have to make... So in this game I have to make something happen on my next turn. Because I can't...
With 2 resource and a Soul Shackle still available, it could
Yeah.
potentially be quite a lot of damage.
Yeah. So I think I am just going to block 4 and take 5.
Oh, sorry. Norrin?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
4
yeah.
here.
Take 4.
Oh, sorry, 3. This one's not treated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe hold this actually.
So, yeah, because
It's
that's...
for 9.
It's effectively 12, right? With the
Yeah.
Arcane.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, this card's just the most absurd thing you can be doing.
Yeah.
That's why most chains are building towards it.
The correct play is probably just to block 3, take 6.
So I'll trigger my
Yep.
Shadow Puppetry. Won't finish that one.
Okay, I'm saved.
Yeah.
So my gambit is to try and survive this turn.
Yep. So I think we'll go to 7.
Yep.
We're going to come in with a Nebula Blade.
Yep. So this is where I should use my defense reaction
Mm-hmm.
to defend. I'll just keep it there.
And 4 cards sitting there is very, very scary. I almost feel priced into using the Iron Wave just to get at least another card there. Because I could come in for just the 2. But if I see a Dominate here, it could kill me on the spot.
If you come in for 2 and I'm prioritizing my 3 cards, I'm just blocking the Skull Cap and taking 1, right?
Yeah.
Keeping these 3 cards was important enough that I took that much damage. So.
Yeah. So I think I am going to use the
Yeah.
Iron Weave.
Yep.
We're going to come in with an Unhallowed Rites.
For 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is quite spooky, but I have a blessing there, so I don't think I automatically go down to having to block every single thing. So...
Also, you can reuse this.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just 2 like that.
I'm going to Snapdragons it.
Cool.
And I'm going to come in with a Bounding for 2. Oh, sorry, so you take 2 off that.
Yep.
And come in for lethal again.
Okay. So this is where the game gets...
So I had to... Unfortunately, I had to use both my
Too hard.
strongest equipment to get this block here.
Yeah.
But if he's sitting on a Spinal like I think he is, then I do lose the
Yeah.
game on my next turn potentially, just to...
Yeah,
block
unfortunately you
death.
get me. I have to block.
Okay, so Crippling... I could probably have actually beaten a Crippling,
Yeah.
but there's always that potential where you end up with 1 resource in hand and just die to your own blood debt. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Cool. So that's what I was playing towards, but I didn't get there. I didn't have enough health. So my big mistake was playing too hard to this Red Blessing.
Yeah.
Because it's cost me the game now.
So you get to reveal
So
what the
I needed to
blessing is.
actually block with it. So I'm gaining 2 life.
Yep. So I know there's a Stonewall Confidence coming. And I know there's one... Yeah, there's 1 Chains of Eminence coming. It should be very soon. So next turn, ideally, I'm looking to Chains of Eminence. but it's going to be a turn too late, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't think Daniel was ever able to. You should be. Oh, you gained 2. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next turn,
I'm gonna.
you're not going to be able to keep the cards for the stone wall anyway.
I think I just try and attack you to make you
Block a card.
potentially block or take or blood debt for you to be really scary for you. So just gonna make a seismic and then come in for 6.
Here's an interesting one. This is my hand.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here with 2 of the most powerful cards.
But not a lot of resource to play them.
Yeah, so if I block here, it would be that. And I would take 3. But then I'm pitching this to play the Art of War, banishing Meet and Greet to draw 2.
Yeah.
But depending on my banishes, of course.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, but I also do want to play this face up.
It depends how good you can use
I
one
think-
resource off
I think
your
keeping this-
vanishes.
I think this is probably going to be pitched for resource in the end, this turn.
Yeah.
So we might look at just blocking
So
3
I
there.
think the plunder run actually helps get you there.
Yeah. So we're just going to block 3 here and take 3.
Yeah.
And then we're going to look at our top 7 and hope they're good. There's that chains that I was talking about. That's 6, 7. So
Alright.
not the best Spanish, but I knew it was coming eventually.
Shadow Puppetry, Shadow Reverse is like quite decent here.
No blood deck cards in hand though.
That's just true.
So I think we're starting with this.
Yep.
We're going Seeds of Agony.
Yep.
Shadow of Ursa for
Yep.
2 and 1 Arcane.
All right. So I have to defend this one. So I'll just defend 2 and take
Oh,
1.
sorry, I need to soul check was that because I can't bench
Yeah,
a
yeah,
card.
sure.
Yeah.
Take 1. So
Draw a card.
yep.
I actually think you should be trying. Oh, it's 4, which is really awkward. Do you have a 3 block you should use on that? Oh, no, sorry, it's 1 Arcane. No, I'm just wrong. Don't worry.
Yeah, because that's from hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So taking the 1 Arcane is very, very good for me here.
Yep.
Because now I can Meet and Greet
Yep.
with Go again.
So I'm gonna pitch an unmovable and defend with an unmovable from Arsenal for 6.
Yep.
So this got kind of stuck there and was quite awkward earlier.
Then we're going to come in with the Riftbind for... Oh, sorry, that's on 8. For 3.
For 3.
Which is a perfect number, really.
I'll just defend for 3 here.
Yep. And then I take 1, and I get to leave a Hell from Beyond for my next turn, which is going to be the important turn.
Yep. It's a turn you're looking to close out.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, did you take a damage off that turn?
Yeah, I did.
So I get to draw the card off Plunder Run.
Oh no, because I
You took a damage off...
off the seeds.
Oh, no, you blocked this perfectly. Yeah,
Yep.
sorry. Yep, that's right.
I'll just come in for 4.
And there's virtually no way I'm blocking any card here.
So you're
'Cause
just going to 1.
The next bit of my deck is quite
Very
stacked.
powerful. Yeah. So this is we're
So
heading.
I think I'm going to 1 here. I also have some incredibly powerful cards in hand. With Morvron Skies giving me the extra go again, and E-Strike coming in for a big number.
Yep.
So we're going to 1, and we're just hoping we can end the game this turn.
Yep.
Especially because I have 10 resource.
Yep. So we'll see if you can get there.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's those pitch cards.
And you can for sure get there.
Interestingly, this is a very, very resource heavy pile of cards
Yep.
with triple Hell from Beyond. And I do have a blood deck card to banish. Means I'm pitching these 2. Do I need to? I think it's a wash in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we can't threaten. I think the Rift binds the next card down.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unfortunate. Maybe I should have been counting that. But here we're just looking to play everything so we don't die. And we can at least have another turn if Daniel doesn't die here.
Yep.
Which seems unlikely for me.
I think you do get there. That's quite a
I
lot of
think I
damage.
do.
The main thing is not
So
having the
actually,
Snapdragons.
I can't banish a card here, because then I'll die to my own blood debt, exactly. Which is quite funny. So I have to play the Morvron Skies first.
Yep.
And you've got no equipment, so breaking the combat chain doesn't matter to me. So we're going to play the Morvron Skies, and we're going to come in for 2 and 2. And it's very annoying not having an extra seeds here, because they would force Daniel to pitch a card, and then I win on the
So-
spot.
I'm going to pitch and block here, and I'm going to take the 2 here,
Yep.
and go to 1. So yes, he needs to make her enchant, but my blue pitch will counter the spare enchant.
And now I do have the win sitting there,
You do.
but I'm still thinking about Sigil.
It is possible.
Which is not an easy card to play around. But we can split up our turn very nicely here.
Yeah.
So
And
we're gonna
just, I mean, yep.
Play the Howl and see what's up in Daniel's hand, because this is 7, which means he has to block with the rest of the cards.
Yep. And you should be able to get there with this.
Yeah.
So I block 7, and you can kill
Yep,
me.
so now I can win with either invert, or I can pitch the invert and come with double Howl and Demigod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool bananas.
So that's how to play the matchup from the chain side, I feel, is you're playing towards
These
this big
kind of
turn
turns.
and the other Riftbind turn, which
Yeah,
forced a lot
'cause
of damage.
you can imagine if you had a red Riftbind in here, it would be like 15 damage.
What was the next card? Oh no, it was the Seeds and then it. No, I just can't remember my deck. Here we go.
There you go.
Yeah, I knew it was there somewhere.
It's there. It's the, unfortunately the next draw, but
Yeah.
yeah, so this is the kind of hand you're playing towards, and you can see from the Bravo side that when the chain player does play like this, you cannot just block the whole game. You
Yeah.
have to actually play the game with them and try and find some way to get your crush effects through. So
Yeah,
hopefully-
I mean, I was one good crush effect from losing that game. Like that crippling turn you're setting up for.
yeah.
The fact that
I think if I get it through, then it's very difficult for you to survive your blood debt.
yeah, I also like how you kept the cards. It made me have to really think about what it was. Like,
Yeah.
what ones do I
Yeah.
lose the game on the spot to? And it makes me have to pop 2 very, very strong equipment.
To get
Well,
through.
not the
right?
ideal turn. Like, playing a blue Demigod is not where you should be with these.
Yeah. But it was enough to get that last card out, which gave you the game.
Yep. So you always have to be thinking about what your opponent's threatening.
Yeah.
Especially
exactly.
in this matchup, because a lot of them do end the game on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So hopefully you guys find that helpful. Let us know what you think. How would you play any of our turns? You know, would you have
Yeah.
done things differently?
I'm sure there's a few experienced chain players out there telling me I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, probably.
Likewise for Guardian, but
Yeah.
let us know.
We're not professionals on these decks,
Yeah.
but we have played the game a bit, and we'd like to know that we know a bit about what we're doing.
And
So-
we'll leave Decklists in the description here.
Yep.
So you can pick these up and play them whenever you want.
Cool. So yes, thanks for watching. We'll have some more Art of War Go Agains up for you shortly.
Yeah.